What's up, weirdos? Good afternoon. How the heck are you guys? How the heck are you? All right, let's see what's going on out there today. Big news happening today, huh, guys? We're gonna give you every little bit of it. All right, so Bitcoin sitting at 108,551. We're still above yesterday's wick, and as we learned from yesterday, guys, doesn't matter where the candle is right now. Matters where it closes at the end of the day, right? So we could be all the way back up here again, or we could drop below. But what we don't want to see, guys, we don't want to see a drop below, or we don't want to see this candle close below $108,341. So below yesterday's wick. As long as we don't close below there, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. And also, what I wanted to kind of touch on was, let me go over to the higher time frames here. Check out the weekly, right? 106,000. Let's check out the monthly. Look at that monthly. Boom. Very nice. Very nice. We got to keep it going, though, guys. We got to keep it going. Anyway, going on to the daily time frame, guys, we want to stay above 106,000. But you want to know what the funny thing is? Here's the funny thing, guys. You want to know how low the bar is for us to go full send? We need to close the month of June. Okay, the month of June. If we close above here, about $104,500. If we continue to close above, we close above that, full send. So what I'm saying to you is the bar is so low for the next leg up that we have to close above $93,000, $93,000, right, to go full send. No way we close anywhere near that, right? I'm not saying we're going down. I'm just saying that's how low the bar is for the expectation for us to start going full send, right? A little bit of perspective for you. So things are looking absolutely fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's get into the super chats. What do we got? Ya boy first. Bam. Where's the love, y'all? Yes, where is the love today, guys? I'm feeling completely rejected. Strawberry Dragons, I'm sick of winning, Rob. Oh, what do we got here? Check this out, guys. First thing, we have 4 gifted super chats. As soon as we go live, you are already being showered with these super chats, being completely covered in gifts from D's Nuts, right? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, D's Nuts. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys give your undying loyalty and gratitude to D's Nuts for being showered with these gifts. Jake the Snake, we the ones, brother. We the ones. Matt gifting out a crypto blueprint as well, carrying the weight of the team, my brother. How's it going, man? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit here. See what's going on out there. Matt gifting out 1 over on Crypto Future as well. My dude, my brother. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the support. It really, really means a lot. Let's get into the likes real quick. What do we got here, guys? Before we get started, we got 325 people watching, and we have 86 likes. Let's get that to 200, guys. We're almost halfway there already. Let's get to 200 likes. We're at 86. Let's reach the goal. Let's get her done, guys. Let's get her done. What else do we have? Ramona. Jake the Snake, acknowledge me. Everyone, please hit the likes. Yes, exactly. 100%, guys. Smash the like button. Let's get into the chat. Let's see what's going on. Guys, if you're wondering, if you never saw it, if you're over on the Patreon, I made a pretty big That's an understatement. I made a massive announcement about a potential interview. I'm not going to leak it here right now because we haven't sealed the deal yet, but about a massive interview that's coming. And the questions that I'm going to submit in this interview are going to be prioritized to Patreon members. So the Patreon members are going to be prioritized in terms of whose questions get selected for this massive interview that you're not going to want to miss out on, guys. I'm telling you right now. William, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Twitch, yes, sir. Let's go. Beautiful day to be in the market. Absolutely. It's kind of turning a little bit red, which means I'm probably going on a shopping spree today. I'm a little excited about that. Hello, thanks for all you do. Safe exit targets for summer. Does that mean you will buy back for the fall? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards a more of a 2017 cycle, my friend. So that most likely means that we're probably going to have 4 or 5 months of just parabolic run, and then the bull run's over. I'm leaning more and more towards that theory, the 2017, than I am the 2021 at this point. So Bulbasaur in the house. J Money, what's up, my dude? A guy, I'm 10,000% ready, my guy. Let's go. Absolutely go fast. Danny. Hey, J Money, I'll be back in a bit. I had a dream XEN pumped again. We'll see. Green Dose incoming. Alfonso. Hello, Zebek is in London. Hello, mate. There you go. Yes, they are in London. Let's go to the Zebek chart, actually. Let's put it on the screen. Zebek is having itself a nice little pump today as well. As you can see, looking good, guys. A lot to be bullish about today. Mr. T announced that they have come to an agreement with China. This is massive news, guys. Massive, massive news. We got a lot of stuff to get into today. BBP Bang, what's going on, man? Parallel Life, bags are packed. Jake the Snake, you got to pump it up. What's up, Pimpin'? Senor Rob. Mike, Zebek with a nice little bounce recovery. Will it hold? Seems with BTC stable, and if it remains so, I can see a nice little run starting. Yes, hey, absolutely, man. Here's the thing, though. Ethereum was pumping earlier as well. Let's actually go have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is having a good morning. Look at that breakout on Ethereum, guys. Nice breakout. Very nice. Confirmed. We closed outside of here. We're in a spinning top candle right now. I think Ethereum is about to send probably somewhere around that $3,200 level for Ethereum, which is going to drag those altcoins up with it. Very, very nice. Very nice. Jake the Snake, Zebek typically runs opposite of Bitcoin. Yes, yes, it does. Daryl, good to see you, man. Guys, as always, like I say, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It doesn't cost you anything at all. And you're doing something good for somebody else. So go ahead, bring some good karma into your life, right? All right, so we are at 111 likes, guys. We're working our way. We got to get to that 200 like level. We're at 380 people watching. Let's go, guys. Wendy, good morning, Rob and Weirdos. Happy Thursday. Smash the like button as you come in and show Rob some love. Love your work, Rob. Thank you for keeping us all sane. Hey, no problem. Mike, I do not own a ton of Zebek, but I have slowly accumulated last week. That's how it's done, brother. Little by little, right? Like a drop in a bucket, man. It ends up building up and you end up with a juicy bag over time. Patience, consistency, that's how it's done. DCA all the way. Spot on. Jesse and James, big week for crypto. Let's go. Will Bitcoin hit a new all-time high? Let's check the poll. What does everybody think? 87% of you guys think hell to the yeah. Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high this week. Looking for alts to hit $920 billion market cap, and I feel we can go. Not financial advice. Yeah, so here's the thing. Let's go have a look at the total two, because when we looked at it yesterday, it was breaking out of it had a bull flag it was getting ready to break out of, right? Now, first of all, let me just have a look at the M2 also, just so you're aware. The M2 has ticked upwards again also. if we go have a looky-loo. So Ethereum is breaking out right now, guys. The M2 has turned to the upside again, trying to make another leg up. Bitcoin's looking good following the retracement of the M2 correlation. If we go look at the total 2 has broken out of this bull flag. Let me get rid of the M2 here. It's broken out of the bull flag. Let's zoom in here. So this is the market cap of altcoins breaking out right now, guys. We're about to see altcoins go full send, in my opinion, over the next couple of weeks. It's broken out of the bull flag. It is broken above the 200-day, and it looks like it's going to try to retest the 200-day as support to confirm that break above before going full send. So the total 2 looks absolutely phenomenal. The Russell still trying to break above the 200-day. Once the Russell here breaks above the 200-day, in my opinion, it's full send mode, guys. It's full send mode. You want to see the last time? I showed this yesterday, but you want to see the last time the Russell broke above the 200-day in the last cycle? Look at that. Boom. Broke above, full send, right? Risk on assets, baby. That's what we're looking at right now. So once this could break through next couple weeks, guys, boom, in my opinion. Boom. I wouldn't be surprised to see a tiny little shakeout, though, just to convince people of the opposite, and then to the upside, right? Ryan, I'm ready for this pump and waiting to do my ravaging Rick Rude dance to celebrate. Let's go. Yes. Also, guys, just so that you know, I was talking with Cesar today. I got a message from him. I responded. We're going to try to coordinate a live stream together on Saturday, this coming Saturday. So, yes. Jake, poor Otaku's laptop crashed this morning during his scuffed road trip live. Couldn't handle. Oh, man. Poor dude, man. Poor dude. Yes, we miss Otaku. Can't wait for him to be back. Kiza, great content, Rob. Off subject. I'm about to become a millionaire and need help to offload my USDC. My wallet, seed phrase is Miria XCN Natix. That's fucking well played, sir. Well played. Wendy, woo, let's go. Easy. Go pump it up. We got to pump it up. How's the BTC dominance looking this morning? Let's go look at the Bitcoin dominance. It's dropping. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. A little bit of a slump here today, which is very nice for altcoins. But as you know, my altcoin season target is down here in this box. So it's down, but we need to see it drop below here, right? We need to see it drop below the 50 and 200. That's what we want to see. So, Paul, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Ty, what's up, my guy? Good to see you, man. Chase, my portfolio is dropping all of a sudden. DCA is the way. We wanted to give you a fighting chance to be the first one, you boy. Pity? Elbow drop, knee, Kiza. More people answered the poll than hit the likes. Poor show. Is that what's going on? Let's see. How many? 227 likes. 130. Come on, guys. More people have answered the poll than have hit the like button. That's greasy, man. That's greasy. Help a brother out. Hit the like button. My goodness. Let's get to 200. Let's get it to 200, guys. All right. What else do we have going on out there? We got a lot to talk about today. Holy smokes. Your boy, back to the top of the community. Sup, Crystal Ball Rob? What's going on, man? Nearly number one. Quentin, what's up, buddy? Happy to catch you live. Good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Rich, if Rob is making you money, hit the like button. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Gary, Rob making crypto gains great again. Man Adam says, join the Patreon for Rob's gems and hit the like button to protect Rob's crown jewels. Hopefully that wasn't the low for Zebek at 2036. Well, that's why I say DCA, right, guys? DCA. That way, if it was the low, then at least you scoop some up, right? There she is. Gamma Goddess in the house. Let's get this money. Great things coming. Can I see Bart Simpson? Joy, hey everyone. Rob doing big things. Much love and support from Florida. Everyone hit the likes. Great content. There you go. David and Jasmine, we trust. Yes, happy hump day. This week is flying by. Harlow, hey Rob, congratulations. Well deserved, Captain. Thank you so much, man. Still waiting on my merch. David, Jasmine Trust, yes. DeFi Drifter. I love the Patreon. I'm only down 75%. I'm only down on 75. I can't wait to DCA more. What? If you're down on my calls, I'd say you're lying. I'd say you're lying. You'd be the only person, the only one. What's up, Rob? And a future crypto millionaire. What's going on, Beebs? Good to see you, brother. David's in the house. Cat, what's going on? Ethereum and Bitcoin are both waking up. Yes, absolutely. Let's go. Thanks again. Very kind of you. Hey, no problem, man. Spuds, what's going on, man? All hail D's Nuts. In Rob, we trust. Wow, thank you, D's Nuts. There you go, man. There you go. Rob wants that sack lunch. Is Nadix can do 5x? Yes, Nadix can do a 5x. All hail Matt. Hey Ramona, I see you. Jake the Snake. I love when Rob says that in his WWE voice. Alex, hump day. Yes, Nadix. Thank you, sir. No problem. Jasmine, let's go. Rob, so are the lows in for ZBEC. I mean, it's possible. That's why I always say DCA, right? DCAing is the best method. That way, if you do hit the lows, you don't miss them. Right? You scoop some up at the low. So that's why I always tell you guys, people who wait for lower prices and don't do anything usually end up missing the boat, right? Rod, did I mention you were an awesome salty man? Thank you, brother. ZBIC Spaces was good today. Yes, I have I'm going to be playing the video of it tonight for my evening video that will be launched later tonight. We'll be covering the ZBIC Spaces that happened today on X. So make sure you guys catch that. Absolutely beautiful hump day. Best mood I've been in for a while. Long day. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Moonwell needs more YouTube love. I actually have a little bit for Moonwell, as you can see here. Moonwell, boom. 1 billion Moonwell now staked. This isn't just a number, it's a signal of trust, shared belief, and long-term commitment to Moonwell's mission and vision. Huge milestone for Moonwell today, guys. 1 billion tokens locked up, staked away, taken out of circulation. You'll love to see it. Could not be more bullish on Moonwell. Finally made the start for the live for there. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning here. Oof. Get on your knees and show these nuts your appreciation. Ron, new to the Patreon, can't wait to for the bear market to really start accumulating Rob's gems. Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun, man. David just left the gym. Nice, brother. Jared, wouldn't miss that collab with Caesar for nothing. Yeah, looks like it's going to be Saturday. So overcome. What's going on? Don't kick Rob in the sack, y'all. Hit that like button. House, be patient, but I can't wait. Being patient, but can't wait to being back to even. Took a little weight off the shoulders. There you go. Hey, Robin fam, can't wait to experience my first bull run. I'm nervous and excited as well. You should be. What are we at for likes right now, guys? 155. We're getting there. Got to get to that 200 like level, guys. Let's kick it into high gear. Let's take it up a notch. Ty, got my decent wallet. I'll be over on the Patreon later asking for help. Nice. There you go, man. All hail Rob, the king of cryptos. There you go. Stablecoin genius bill just passed the U.S. Senate. Nice. The good news just keeps rolling in. Aaron, hey Rob and crypto fam. Hopefully everyone's DCAing has paid off today. DCA, there you go. Yes, exactly. I saw that Jake love Otaku's live streams. Yes, Otaku is the man for sure, guys. One of our favorite YouTubers. Seeing some Swift to $1 noise. No, that's just people clickbaiting. I'd love to watch my two dudes, Cesar and Rob. That sounded wrong. Andrew, what's up? Been waiting all morning for this. Let's go. Marcus, Rob, when when you have that special guest on your channel, can you wear a sumo wrestling loincloth? Will, stay safe. Do not click links and pics. You can be drained. Yes, easy. If you're a real prick, you would double sack tap, not by not liking Crypto Future or Crypto Blueprint. Yes. If you don't hit the likes, we won't have a bull run. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but if you refuse to hit the like button, bull run's canceled, man. Bull run's canceled. So your bags are going to go to zero. So I would definitely hit the like button. Tell Cesar you don't believe in fibs. Holding Quant, H-Bar, Kima, and Jasmine. There you go. Engine Coin. Yes. Decent project. I like Engine. All right. Let's get into some news, guys. Let's get into some news. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today. So we got U.S. inflation rises to 2.4%. We're going to get a little bit more into that shortly. We got a clip here. Billionaire Paul Tudor Jones says buying Bitcoin is one of the best ways to fight inflation.
But it would be some combination of probably gold, vol adjusted, Bitcoin, gold, stocks. That's probably your best portfolio to fight inflation. Vol adjusted, because the vol of Bitcoin is obviously 5 times that of gold, so you're gonna do it in different weights.
You said at one point you would allocate 1 or 2% of your portfolio to Bitcoin. Is it still?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just, particularly now that the roadmap is clear. Then I mean again, if I'm a policymaker, I'm going to run really low real rates. I'm going to have inflation running hot, and I'm going to tax the American consumer to get out of my debt trap. And that's exactly what Japan, who's the most fiscally constrained in the world, doing. And it works until the population throws you out because you let inflation get too hot. So
wait until people realize, guys, that holding Bitcoin is a great hedge against inflation. The masses are going to pour in. Also, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says so many new trade deals are coming.
You guys have set the deadline for early July to have more trade deals. We're expecting more to come. What can you tell us about the progress of any of the ones you're working on? We thought Japan, India were close. We got this framework from the UK, but what else is coming there?
Oh, there are so many coming, but when you've got Scott, Jameson, and I spending, 25 hours locked in a room with the Chinese, we're not really doing the other deals. Yes, our teams are moving them forward, but, now we're going to be focused, starting today, we're going to be focused on other deals. We're going to get them done. We're in good shape with lots of countries, but good shape isn't good enough for the United States of America. We want great deals that are fundamental for America. We can get them. We can get them done. We need to open these other countries' markets. Our farmers, our ranchers, our fishermen, they are going to have just a great time. Our machinists, we sell lots of equipment overseas. Boeing always does amazingly well in these deals. So this is the key to us. Can we open up our exports and end this nonsense of a $1.2 trillion trade deficit? And that's what we're working on. And you're going to see deal after deal. This is going to start coming next week and the week after and the week after. We've got lots of them in the hopper. We just want to make sure they're the best deal we possibly can make. We don't want to rush. And Donald Trump is never going to accept the rush. He only accepts the best from us. And we're going to give it to him.
He just said that the deal announcements are going to start rolling in next week and the week after that and the week after that. Fantastic news, guys. We got some catalysts coming, baby. Mr. T also put this out on Truth Social. CPI just came out. Great numbers. Fed should lower 1 full point. Would pay much less interest on debt coming due. So important. That's why Mr. T is putting so much pressure on Powell to lower rates, guys. Mr. T has to refinance like $7 trillion in debt coming due soon. I believe the end of June, right? And he does not want to do that at a higher interest rate. That's detrimental to the entire country of America if Mr. T has to refinance $7 trillion in debt at a higher interest rate. right? So that's why he's applying all this pressure, guys, to Powell. And I don't know if Powell gives a crap or what, but there's a bigger picture, right? There's a much bigger picture at play here. What else do we have? John Thune says cryptocurrency is here to stay, and it's time that we bring it to the mainstream, baby.
President, a significant number of Americans are engaging with cryptocurrency. That includes Americans who use stable coins. And then there are the individuals and businesses around the world that access the American dollar through the use of dollar-backed stable coins. Mr. President, stable coins are a relatively recent financial innovation, but they've quickly caught on. They offer easy payments with the speed and security of the blockchain and the stability and usability of the dollar bill. There are roughly $250 billion of them now in circulation. Traditional financial institutions are said to be considering getting into the stablecoin business. And companies like Uber and Airbnb are reportedly exploring integrating them into their businesses. Mr. President, it's clear that cryptocurrency is here to stay. And it's time that we bring it into the mainstream. Passing the Genius Act is a good first step. The Genius Act would provide a clear regulatory framework for stablecoins. It would ensure Americans can trust who they're doing business with when they purchase stablecoins, allowing the American people to exercise financial freedom with confidence. The Genius Act would also protect against threats to our national security and from criminal activity. It would require stablecoin issuers to uphold the same standards as other financial institutions to monitor and report suspicious activity, comply with U.S. sanctions, and block illicit transactions.
Let's go, baby. Let's frickin' go. Let's try to catch up in the chat a little bit here. Then we're going to talk CPI numbers, guys. Awesome, because no bull run for you if you do not hit the like button. Yes, 473 people watching, 175 likes. Guys, we only need 25 more likes. Let's get up there to 200, and I'll stop bugging you, right? Hit the like button. Let's go. In that 5 to 6 week window, you said you would live stream. We don't talk about Patreon subjects on YouTube, Jonah. So ask over there. William, Rob, I hold 8 million Toshi. Do you think? Yes, I do think Toshi will have a great run this bull run. Wendy, Rob is the best. Join the Patreon. You are losing money by not joining. He's been right on so many calls on our gems, and we'll keep you grounded during this bull run. You're running out of time. Absolutely, Wendy. Absolutely. I agree. Thank you so much. Braveheart says, let's get those likes to 225. Hey, man, first bull run. Glad I found your Patreon. It's a godsend. Keep it coming. Well, we love having you over in the family, my friend. Absolutely. Mr. Blue, what's going on, man? Let's go, Z Nation. Absolutely, man. We are. If you love Zbeck, you are definitely in the right place. Hey, Rob. If repeat question, will Zbeck drop down to the threes again? I don't know, my friend. It's possible. It's possible. That's why we DCA and we don't ape, right? Yes, Mr. Blue. Welcome to the family. Zbeck will be huge. Danny, 15 months. Man, you've been with me a while now, Danny. Holy smokes. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you. All right, what else do we have? May CPI numbers won't look as friendly as they did last month. And I've been talking about this a lot, guys. So this was this morning.
Latest consumer price index data is due at 8:30 Eastern time. Joining us now with what she's expecting is Michelle Girard, head of U.S. at NatWest. You're expecting, Michelle, I think, a similar number to what we got last month. Nothing too hot at this point, but the what's in it would be a little bit different in terms food might be up, energy might be down. But then I guess year over year, the number could look worse because a flat month drops off of from last year.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Joe, actually, I think the numbers are not going to look as friendly, if you will, as benign as they did last month. And that's particularly if you look at the core rate, you know, excluding food and energy. We're looking for a 3/10 gain. And that actually, we're kind of on the cusp of even a 4/10 gain somewhere, you know, that would be certainly higher than what we've been reading. And it really is going to come from the goods sector, the areas where the tariffs may begin to show itself more fully. And so I think this is, this is perhaps the first month where we might start to see more upward pressure on these price numbers as a result of tariffs that were put into effect in April. And as you said, that year-over-year rate, which has been really ticking down nicely over the first 4 months of the year, we think will move from kind of a 4-year low of 2.8 up to 3%. And actually, we expect it to kind of keep climbing over the remainder of the year.
So not everyone thinks this will be the month. So
I agree and I disagree with her there. Now, if you guys recall, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that the reading for CPI in June for May was probably going to see a slight uptick because tariffs were actually in place and active for a few weeks, right? So that's going to cause a little bit of a bump, not much. So I agree with what she said there. And it turns out, yes, we were both correct in that. However, I disagree with her saying that it's going to continue to creep up over the course of the year. That part I disagree with. I think we're going to go back to streaming downwards starting probably either next month or the month after. So
there's enough tariffs were in place, even though we did have pauses on many, but enough were in place the way you think that we see it. What do you mean in the good? You said it's going to show up in the good. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you're right, Joe. I should to clarify. Obviously, prices you see in sectors for goods, apparel, home furnishings, recreation goods versus services. So I didn't mean like good these are good prices. I meant goods, prices for goods, which is again where the tariff impacts would be seen. And so we're looking for a 0.6 gain in goods prices for goods, excluding food and energy, which is pretty firm.
So you would be shocked if it was like as cool as some of the recent. Were you surprised at some of the recent cool numbers? Were you expecting hotter ones than we got, and then they were pretty cool?
I have to say, we've been in general surprised at the relatively benign readings over the first 4 months of the year. I think that to some extent the economy is held up a little bit better. Consumer demand is held up. We actually, thought that you wouldn't see as much of a deceleration in the price numbers as we saw, again, from a little over 3 down to 2.8. But as I said, unfortunately, now it looks like that may turn. And the problem is, from a risk standpoint, even if the numbers look benign for May once again, there's still the uncertainty hanging out there. Well, that maybe it's just too soon yet to see sort of any impact. As you said, tariffs were paused, but the effective rate of tariffs is still about 12% more than what it was. So we do still see some residual impact. And again, even if it doesn't come through this month, the fears it will. There's no
way companies are eating it, and that 2 or 3 months from now, we're still waiting, and it just turns out that a bird's got to swim, fish got to fly. There's flying fish.
Politicians got to politic.
Nope. Prices got to. Companies got to pass on price increases to consumers. You would think.
Or push it back on their suppliers. There's a couple of methods.
Well, that's another way that it could.
But that eventually goes on to the.
So I'm naive. I'm naive to hope for that we never see that we get rid of that we soften or decelerate some of the trade fears before we really see them. That's not going to happen. We will see them eventually, you think?
It'll show itself probably in one form or another. Either the consumer will bear it, or profit margins will be under pressure. Unfortunately, in the short term, as businesses work to adjust and set up longer term, plans that will allow them to effectively mitigate the impact of tariffs on consumers with domestic production. But in the interim, that usually is, there is somewhere that it has to give. Either it gets passed through the consumers, or you see, if they are going to eat it, you see the impact in profit margins. And I think this is, of course, what the Fed is just watching and waiting to understand exactly how it shows itself. Does it show itself in the form of higher inflation? Does it show itself in the form of profits or companies being more under pressure and having to perhaps cut back on employment or, or production, and you see the economy slow? And this is why the Fed is pretty firmly at the moment, and the best course of action is just to wait and see until we have a better idea of exactly, first of all, what the path for tariffs will ultimately be, and then, of course, how it will actually manifest itself in terms of the economy.
Okay, Michelle Girard, 8:30 is the time, and then we got a bonus tomorrow with another inflation.
PPI, exactly. There you go. And that's where you can see if it's coming through or if it's getting in the suppliers. Where exactly in the production process it may be showing itself first.
Hope springs eternal. Strong economy, low inflation. The flip side, not so great. Higher inflation and a weakening
economy. You do not want that combination.
No, we don't. Okay.
I think that her numbers also project before Mr. T announced that they came to a deal with China also. So I don't know. I think she's a little bit too bearish. Big Mike supporting the channel. Thank you so much, my friend. I was a little bit, I was just kind of thinking, I was like, wow, the super chats are kind of slow today. Holy smokes. But then Big Mike drops in with the 7 herbs and spices elbow drop, Macho Man style, right on the rib cage. I appreciate you, brother. What do you think about B3 this bull run? B3 is going to do great. First bull run, good project on base. I like it, man. I like it. By the way, your channel is a phenomenon, and you're doing a great job. Follow you since October. Awesome. Thank you. Glad to have you here, brother. Jam, thoughts on buying 200 million plus Nadix? I love Nadix, man. So I'm not going to hinder that. I'm not going to hinder that. I love Nadix. You would be a massive whale, though, I would think. I wouldn't buy 200 million Nadix all in one drop unless you have a lot of patience and you can wait for it to pump. But it's going to do great. Nicholas, what's up, crypto family? Rob, good information as usual. Thank you so much, man. Genius Act advances. Yeah, we're probably going to talk about the Genius Act tonight in the evening live stream. What's up, crypto fam? MB in the house. What's up, brother? All right, we got more coming at you. Richard Haas on the U.S. China trade agreement that happened this morning. Check it out. Yes, that's right, guys.
There are representatives. It was either Howard Lutnick or Jameson Greer. After they, put out the details, we have arrived at the Chinese delegation was nodding, and this is, at least at this point, we don't have to ask whether it's just us saying that something was arrived at.
Yeah, but the something was not.
We don't know the something.
We don't know.
What do you think the something is?
Basically a truce. Look, you've got a two-front trade war. You've got the tariff war, and there we got to let it play out a little bit over the next month or two. And now you've got the export control trade war. And this was focusing on the latter, on the export controls. And I think what you basically have is the China saying, yeah, we'll ease up on our limits on these so-called rare earths.
What we say.
And what we're going to do is basically saying, if you do that, then we'll ease up on certain high-tech exports to you. That's essentially what's on the table.
And that's up to President Trump, exactly which high-tech.
Well, traditionally, the high-tech issues are decided more than anybody by the Commerce Department. That's why Lutnick was at these talks. These were less, if you will.
He has to sign off on it, though.
He has to. And
President Trump needs to sign off on it.
Yeah, he do. And traditionally, also the Secretary of Defense and others would be involved because these are, and the intelligence community would be involved. Given the national security implications of these things, again, whether it's chips, jet engines, and so forth.
So I'm remembering how it happened because I remember what happened to the markets each time. And time goes so quick. So it was initially, China's not talking. China's not talking. It's horrible. China's not talking. Then, okay, we're going to meet in Geneva. Then we did Geneva. Everyone was excited. Market went up. All we are right now really is back to Geneva.
We are back, yeah, that's why this is, the market reaction apparently is what it is. I don't know whether to call this by the technical phrase, nothing burger, but we kind of been there, didn't amount
for the markets, but it's a significant in that it's at least a step along the way to détente, at least.
Exactly, it's not a treaty, if you will, it's a truce. And the real question is, one, how substantive? How long does it last? And as I said, you've got two fronts in this trade war. So even if this helps on the export control front, it doesn't necessarily deal with the tariff front.
How do we separate out the security aspects and the trade aspects? Because I'm wondering what what this agreement, what does this put us 10% of the way towards a trade agreement? And that doesn't even include the security and the things we'd like them to stop doing in terms of intellectual theft. And I mean, there's so in Taiwan and spy balloons.
Yeah, it's interesting. In negotiations, you've got two approaches to them traditionally. Either you can keep it really narrow and just try to get one thing resolved, or you can almost do the fruit salad approach and basically say, we're going to add everything to the mix. Now, what China's going to want in the mix more than anything has nothing to do with trade. It's Taiwan. Might be South China Sea and so forth.
Well, and they want their semiconductors. They don't want us doing any of things. They're the ones who are trying to make this a fruit salad approach.
Well, but we have our concerns. For the president tariffs, the trade imbalance is massive in China's favor. They export to us far more than we do them. As Joe said, there's questions of intellectual property theft, which aren't new. We want them, for example, right now, the fastest growing nuclear arsenal in the world is China's. One of the things we're going to want is China to ultimately participate in arms control talks. So each side has this enormous agenda.
That sounds like such a massive, like, are we ever going to get anywhere further than a truce?
Yeah, my guess is on the economics. I think, we're going to want to keep it pretty narrow. And I can imagine a kind of rare earths. China will ease some of its export controls. Can I just make a little larger point? We need a rare earths minerals policy. Why do we have a strategic petroleum reserve and we don't have a rare earth mineral reserve? Why do we put ourselves in this position now for 25 years where China has such an ability to throttle the U.S. economy? This is on us. We should never allow ourselves to be put in this position.
Should we be trying to put obstacles in the way of China getting more and more powerful on the global stage, or do we just try to level things out from both sides and then bring it on? We'll try. We got our, we got our guys out in Silicon Valley. We've got all this great stuff here in this country. We've got a great economy.
It's a big debate. And the question is, export controls, ways to slow China down, historically have slowed them down, have added to their costs.
But we want them economically to do well, don't we?
That's part of the contradiction. Historically, we've wanted them to be a partner with us. We had the hunch, probably not borne out, if they were totally engaged in the world economy, it would moderate them. It didn't work so well.
No.
And also, if we try to slow them down, they'll do workarounds. We saw with Huawei and so forth. We saw it in the chip area. They will find ways to work around. So that's a problem for us. I would say the emphasis ought to be on what we can control. What can we control? Our relationship with our allies, with Japan and others, and our economy. And what we ought to be doing is what we were just talking about, is finding ways to reduce our vulnerability to China. There's no reason, again, that we've allowed this situation to arise with rare earths.
Yes, and trying to make, instead of trying to make it difficult on them, maybe just work on yourselves, exactly, and stop, make sure you're not as vulnerable. So I agree with that 100%. Only 7 more likes, guys. How many do we need now? We hit 200, guys. We reached a goal. Thank you so much, guys. Much, much appreciated. Envy, Rob, can you explain to me how escrow works and what the benefit is for investors and for the company itself? So escrow, essentially, think about it like this. Escrow is where a third party comes along and holds the value, whatever it is. Usually it's money or a crypto, for example. A third party comes in without any interest on either side and holds that until the terms of the agreement are met on both sides, essentially, right? So it's basically just makes it fair for both parties involved. So when they say, like, in a housing, when you're doing a real estate deal, you're buying a house or something, and the money's being held in escrow. Well, basically the money's held there until the terms are met, and that's when they say, well, they've passed escrow or whatever the case might be, right? They're just saying that the terms on both sides of the agreement have been met. Third party releases the money in escrow, so to speak, right? Goat. The Rob, I have been with you since January, and now I'm matured to financially freedom. Boom, nice. Congratulations, my friend. That's what we're here to do, baby. Should I pull my cookie bag currently up 2K and dump it into Miria or Nadix? I would not rob Peter to pay Paul. Cookie's got a long way to go still, in my opinion. Myriad at 10 cents by July 10th. I'm trying to be like you, calling the uptrend to a T 2 weeks ago. Nice. Bucky, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Apologies. Funky, what's up, buddy? Everything is green. I went to cut the grass. I guess I cut too much. Yeah, you cut the green out, man. It's red. I'm going to be doing some buying OG, join the Patreon. What are you waiting for? Yes, absolutely, guys. What is keeping you? I don't know what's keeping. We got gems over there. We got a mentoring program. If you're new to crypto, you're definitely missing out. Joseph, super bullish on the Caesar collaboration. Appreciate your work. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Star Comics, first run, lost 200K before finding you. Now it's all smiles. Thanks, man. That's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. Envy, thank you, Robbie. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. All right, guys, I got a mentoring coaching call that I got to get to actually in about 20 minutes over on the Patreon. So if you want to join those guys, if you need mentorship from someone who's been through multiple bull runs, get over there and get the guidance you need and the teachings that you need to succeed in this space. I dropped the video with 3 microcap gems over there yesterday as well. And I dropped a massive announcement this morning of a potential deal I'm working on for a massive interview. And Patreon members' questions are going to be prioritized to the person we are going to be potentially interviewing. So get over there, guys. Check it out for yourselves. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And also, quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Get yours today, guys. Not your keys, not your coins. Keep your crypto safe. You can swap on there. You can take profits on there. And most beautifully, you can stake and earn on your Decent wallet as well. Use our link down below. Get a great deal, guys. I will see you guys in the next one later tonight. God bless.